It is 6 o'clock on this Friday night, and we are tracking storms that could impact your evening. You can see them here on live Doppler 13 radar.
We did have a few warnings earlier tonight. So the question, as Angela joins us at this hour, is are there any alerts that we need to be concerned about right now?
No alerts in terms of severe weather, but we've been under these weather impact alert days all week long because of the heat, and it's still hot out there. It's still hot, it's still muggy, and still that storm threat. So we'll continue with the weather impact alert. I just don't have any watches or warnings for you, which is good news as you make your outdoor Friday night plans. For the most part, those severe storms have moved on and weakened, but they did impact the southern half of Marion County. I also want to point out a couple of additional cells beginning to develop south of Champaign, Illinois. So we're not going to be completely rain-free for our Friday night. I do want to take you to the north and east to show you, yes, those continue to fall apart. Portland, you still have a little bit of rain, and we'll watch what continues to develop across parts of Illinois. It's Fireworks Friday night at Victory Field. Take the extra water. It's going to be warm and muggy. First pitch temperatures in the upper 80s, close to 90. Same for Symphony on the Prairie. We may dodge a raindrop or two, but not a washout tonight.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. And you can track these storms on your phone by downloading our live Doppler 13 weather app. That way you can monitor the interactive radar and get the hour-by-hour forecast. Want to let you know it's a free download. You can find it in the App Store.
We do want to get you to some breaking news right now at 6 o'clock. First, a crash on the west side, I-465 southbound. This is near Indianapolis International Airport.
Things have really improved out there. Traffic finally moving, because if you were with us at 5 o'clock, you saw all the southbound lanes were closed and several lanes have now reopened. We are told that crash involved multiple vehicles and minor injuries are being reported. And we want to show you the delay right now. And again, this has improved as well. This backup was all the way back to I-74. We don't right now know the cause of today's crash, but for now, drivers should probably find another way to get out to the airport. Again, this is southbound 465 on the west side.
We're continuing to follow breaking news this hour also that's developing on the west side out of Plainfield.
Yeah, people are now telling us, police rather, telling us that one person is dead, another now in custody following a shooting. All of this unfolding around 3:30 this afternoon in an area near the shops at Perry Crossing. And here's a live look at the scene.
We have a crew out there right now gathering information. So far, this is what we know. Police say detectives are working to determine what led up to the shooting, but they say that they're not looking for any more suspects, and they say there is no danger to the public at this hour.
Tonight, police say a 12-year-old boy accidentally shot and killed himself early this morning inside of an apartment in Cumberland.
This is now the second accidental shooting death involving a child at this apartment complex in less than 2 years. Today, our Rich Nye talked to the state rep for that area, who's been trying to address the issue for the entire state for several years now.
Cumberland police say that 12-year-old Jeremiah Cotton told his mother he was spending the night with a friend at this apartment. Just after 1 a.m. Friday, police believe a group of juveniles were checking out a semi-automatic handgun when Cotton picked it up and accidentally shot himself in the head. There was no one in the apartment over 18 years old.
Cumberland police say that a 16-year-old allegedly brought the gun to this apartment, but that 16-year-old is not telling police where he got the gun. So far, no one has been arrested.
We're still going to be working with our federal partners on tracing this firearm, seeing where it came from, if it's been used in any other crimes.
Nearly 2 years ago at this same complex, a 6-year-old boy shot and killed his 4-year-old sister. State Rep Mitch Gore represents Cumberland. Gore has introduced a bill 5 straight years that would require unattended guns to be locked up around children.
When an adult is not home, the gun has to be locked, and it says you could use, typical gun locks, cable locks, trigger locks. It says you can put it into a locking device, so that's a safe, a lockbox. It says you can disassemble the firearm.
Last week, a 2-year-old boy shot and killed himself inside a car in Indianapolis. Gore plans to expand his legislation to include vehicles.
As reckless driving and aggressive driving seems to be increasing, people want to keep firearms, in their vehicles, and that is their right in the state of Indiana. But again, if you're going to leave your car and leave a kid in there, you got to take it with you or lock it up.
Gore is hopeful his legislation will finally move forward after too many accidental child shootings. In Cumberland, Rich Nye, 13 News.
Cumberland Police want to remind you that you can get free gun locks at their headquarters, no question asked. Also, free gun locks are also available at Indianapolis Public Libraries. Tonight we are hearing from the new director of the Department of Child Services.
Our Marina Silva sat down with him today for a one-on-one interview to talk about his first few months in office plus the changes that he'd like to make.
He started as a high school teacher, now the top guy at the Department of Children's Services. Director Adam Krupp says he's not wasting any time turning things around.
From staffing to finding placements for children, there's pressure to deliver real change, and to Krupp, it's personal. We've seen a number of tragic events right here in Marion County where DCS is scrutinized.
Bad perception, one of the things I know you guys have faced a lot of scrutiny for, even just people that don't know the situation, is the Zara Arnold death. What do you want people to know about that? We've seen that all over the news.
Those unfortunate realities and those tragedies and really traumatic events that happen in Indiana, we're bound by confidentiality and disclosure laws and various statutes that exist that simply won't allow me publicly to speak about it. I know that others do, and often we get called out and we get criticized, and the reality is that's hard because we can't respond. We can't talk about any specific situation.
Behind every case number, every folder is a child, and Director Krupp knows the stakes are high. Now we'll see what progress is made. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
Tonight, more calls for Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett to resign following an investigation into sexual harassment by a former employee.
The Marion County Young Democrats issued a statement calling for his resignation and for several changes to be made within the City County Council. Their statement reads in part, quote, "The Hogsett administration's handling of workplace harassment and abuse reports has made one thing clear. Our city's leadership has failed survivors, the public, and the basic standards of decency we expect from those in power."
The group is also calling for three main changes: establishing a third-party reporting system for workplace harassment and abuse allegations, a permanent and independent office for investigating claims of harassment and abuse, and an independent audit of the Corporation Council's role in past investigations. Mayor Hogsett says he has no plans to resign.